Congratulations on following your dream to purchase your own practice, whether this is your first or your 10th. Hi, I'm Dr. Mick Kling, President and CEO of Envision Optometry in San Diego, which I founded over 20 years ago. Since then, I've acquired 7 practices and worked with countless VisionSource practice owners and associates as a practice transition advisor. While the process can vary each time, I believe there are 7 steps key to a successful transition, and I'm excited to walk you through them. Before we get started, here's a preview of the 7 steps and timeline to purchasing a practice. Step 1 is called the buyer and seller engagement. Step 2 is what we call the exploratory due diligence process. Step 3 is crafting your offer and submitting your letter of intent. Step 4 is the confirmatory due diligence process. Step 5 is what we call pre-closing. Step 6 is the closing. And step 7 is the post-closing and beyond. Step 1 is the buyer and seller engagement. The first step is to determine your why you want to purchase your own practice. By now, you probably already know that ownership can unlock so many benefits, including higher compensation, autonomy, and wealth creation, as well as some serious financial and operational responsibilities that I'm confident you'll be able to embrace as a new business owner. So where are you going to open this practice? Location is one of the most important considerations, especially if you're willing to be flexible. For example, many rural practices enjoy lower staff wages and occupancy costs compared to those in a larger city, as well as standard of living advantages like low traffic and crime. No matter where you choose to open shop, I recommend you conduct a thorough geospatial analysis to learn as much as possible about your location, including population growth and demographics of your potential patients, to make sure you have a solid market. Next, you need to find a serious seller. I always advise getting curious about what's driving their decision, whether it's retirement, health, divorce, or financial issues. In most cases, there are usually pushes and pulls behind the seller's motivation, which can provide lots of insight into their negotiation tactics. What you want is a highly motivated seller who is reasonable, realistic, and motivated to get the deal done. Most serious sellers will require buyers to complete a non-disclosure agreement. This is a legally binding document between both parties to agree to share information in a confidential manner. Sometimes serious sellers also offer a confidential information memorandum or a broker's summary, which can help you summarize the major assets of the business, including a general overview of the business, some information about the revenue of the practice, some information about the operating expenses and working capital of the business, something about accounts receivable and practice debt, and of course, key office metrics. And as we wrap up step number 1, I want to leave you with a few extra tips on working with sellers. It's important to understand the seller's motivation to sell. This is really key to getting the deal done. For your first meeting with the seller, always choose a neutral location and be clear on what you're looking for in terms of location, practice size, culture, and any practice specialties. Be prepared with your questions and what information you will want the seller to provide as well. Give the seller your why. This can really help with getting the deal done. Advise the seller on how you're going to pay for the practice. That might be a bank loan, personal resources, or if you are wanting the seller to carry the note. Be prepared to sign that non-disclosure agreement. And remember, deals get complicated because of the people involved. There are many dynamics and emotions involved when selling and buying a practice, so just keep everything in perspective. Always utilize your own attorneys, accountants, and advisors, and make this clear to the seller. If the seller is using a broker, the brokers often want to represent both parties. This is a major conflict of interest. For more information, reach out to the team at VisionSource. Practice management transitions can feel daunting, but we have a team of experts who can walk you through each step that leads to your goal. For more information about how you can achieve your goal with less stress and expert guidance, fill out the form below and we'll be in touch.